In this lesson, we will talk about division of polynomials. So if you are given two polynomials, let p of x is equal to 2x cubed plus 3x squared plus 5x plus 4. And at the same time, you have been given a g of x is equal to x squared plus 2. And you have been asked to divide p of x by g of x. You do so by following these three steps. First, we arrange the terms of both the polynomials in decreasing order of powers. What do we mean by that? So the first term should have the highest power of x, followed with the second term the next highest, the third term will be the next highest, and so on. So if you observe here in this polynomial, the highest power of x is 3, and that is the first term, followed with the x square, which is the next highest, then 5x, which is the next highest, and the last one is a constant where the power of x is 0. Similarly with the g of x, which is x square plus 2, where the highest power of x in this case is 2. So that will be the first term, followed with the constant. So that is your step 1. In the step 2, we divide the first term of the dividend, which is p of x in this case, right? So this is your p of x and this is your g of x. So the dividend is p of x and the divisor is g of x. So you divide the first term of the dividend, which is 2x cubed, right? You divide 2x cubed by the first term of the divisor, which is x square. So if you divide this, you will have 2x, right? So x square divides x cubed x times. So it is 2x. So that is exactly what we have here, 2x. Then you do the normal division. So 2x times x square is 2x cubed and 2x times 2 is 4x. So 4x goes here. So now we subtract. Then we subtract 2x cubed and 2x cubed gets cancelled out, right? And next, and over here you have 3x square, so that 3x square just goes down straight as 3x square plus 5x minus 4x is x and 4 plus 4. So now you have a remainder which is 3x square plus x plus 4. So you have to continue the division process until the degree of the remainder is less than the degree of the divisor or the remainder becomes 0. So that's what we are saying here. Stop the division process when the remainder is 0 or the degree of the remainder is less than the degree of the divisor. So the degree of the remainder is 2 because the highest power of x in this polynomial is 2. Whereas here in the divisor, the degree of the polynomial is also 2. So the remainder's degree is equal to the divisor's degree. So you have to continue the division process until you have the degree of the remainder as less than the degree of the divisor. So let's continue. So divide the first term of the dividend. So now this becomes your dividend, right? This whole thing becomes your dividend and this is still the divisor. So divide the first term of your dividend, which is 3x square, by the first term of the divisor, which is x square, and if you cancel it out, you will remain with 3. So that will be your in the quotient. So 2x plus 3. So multiply 3 with x square plus 2. You will have 3x square. 3 times 2 is 6. You write down 6 below the constant term and then subtract again. When you subtract, 3x square gets cancelled out and you will have x as it is, and 4 minus 6 is minus 2. So if you observe this remainder, the degree of this remainder is 1 and the degree of your divisor is 2, which means the degree of the remainder is less than the degree of the divisor. So as per our step 3, we have to stop the division process right here. So we can say that when p of x, 2x cubed plus 3x square plus 5x plus 4 is divided by the divisor x square plus 2, which is your g of x, you will have a quotient 2x plus 3, which you can call as q of x, and a remainder x minus 2, which you can call as r of x, right? So you ended up with 4 polynomials over here. P of x and g of x were given and you have calculated the quotient q of x and you have calculated the remainder r of x. Now let's work through another example to understand this better. So now let's take two polynomials. P of x is equal to minus 3x square plus x power 4 plus 4x minus 5 and g of x is equal to 2 minus x square. So you have been asked to find the quotient q of x and remainder r of x when p of x is divided by g of x. So the first step is to arrange the terms of the two polynomials p of x and g of x in decreasing powers of x. So let's look at p of x. Are these terms in decreasing powers of x? So the power of the first term is 2 and the power of the second term is 4. So this is not in the order of decreasing powers of x. Actually the powers are increasing. So you have to reshuffle the terms. So let's do that. So p of x becomes x power 4 minus 3x square plus 4x minus 5. So if you observe this, now the powers of x are in decreasing order. 4, 2, here the power is 1, and a constant term, the power of x is 0. So these are all in decreasing powers of x. So this is correct. So next, look at g of x. So g of x is 2 minus x square. The power of x is 0 and the power in the first term, and the power of x is 2 in the second term. So that's in the increasing power of x. So let's rearrange the terms. So now this becomes minus x square plus 2. So if you observe this, now you can see that the terms are arranged in decreasing powers of x. So now we have completed the step 1. So the second step of the division process is to divide the first term of the dividend with the first term of the divisor to find the first term of the quotient. So the first term of the dividend is x power 4. So when you divide x power 4 with the first term of the divisor, which is minus x square, so the result would be minus x square. So minus x square times minus x square is x power 4. So the first term of the quotient is minus x square, right? So now let's multiply minus x square with each and every term of the divisor, right? Minus x square times x minus x square is x power 4, and minus x square times 2 is minus 2x square. So now you have to subtract this two polynomials. So minus and minus becomes plus, right? So x power 4 and x power 4 gets cancelled out, and minus 3x square plus 2x square is minus x square, and you will have plus 4x minus 5. So now if you observe the degree of this remainder, it's 2, and the degree of the divisor is also 2. So you have to continue the division process until the degree of the remainder is less than the degree of the divisor, or the remainder becomes 0. That's your step 3. So let's continue the division by following the rule in the step 2, which is divide the first term of the dividend. In this case, this is the new dividend and this is the divisor. So the first term of the dividend is minus x square, and divide it with the first term of your divisor, which is minus x square. So minus x square divided by minus x square is 1. So your second term of the quotient is plus 1. So now multiply 1 with every term of your divisor, and you will end up with minus x square plus 2, right? So here you have the x term, so you leave it out, and then you put the 2 under the constant. So now again subtract, this becomes plus, this becomes minus, this becomes minus. So minus x square plus x square cancels out, 4x, and this is 0 over here, right? So 4x minus 0 is 4x, and minus 5 minus 2 is minus 7. So if you observe here, the degree of this remainder is 1 and the degree of the divisor is 2, which means the degree of the remainder is less than the degree of the divisor. So as per step 3, we need to stop the division process, right? So this is your quotient q of x. So q of x is minus x square plus 1, and your remainder r of x is equal to 4x minus 7. So this is how you do the division of polynomials.